One video a day, every day for 30 days, and this is the last day. So I've been spending the last 30 days trying to answer as many of your health and fitness questions as possible, just trying to bring as much value as I can to the YouTube space. But no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to be able to answer every single question you guys have in this 30-day period. And so I decided to take a look at the rest of the questions I had and try to answer as many as I possibly could in this last video. I'm doing a lot of stuff for you guys. I'm going to do something for me while I'm at it. And if you have watched a lot of my videos, you know that I am a freak for that heat. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to work my way down this line of sauces, one sauce at a time, until we get to this one that is the worst sauce in the world. And for each sauce, I'm going to try to answer 3 questions that have come in from my YouTube community, from my Patreon community, and from my Instagram community. And I've already gone through these questions a bit, and I found some with related themes. So I'm going to try to organize them in a way that I attack different themes with different sauces. These 3 on the end here are TRUFF sauces. They got mailed to me by my cousin. They got mailed across the country, and they came in some packaging that was insanely extra. So I have very high hopes for these sauces. These next 3 here came from Heatonist. They are the hot one sauces that my fiance Olivia actually got me as a Christmas gift. So we have a recurring bundle, a 3-pack of sauces coming once a month. And then on the end here, we have 2 down and dirty classics. This is the Barron's hot sauce that you can find at ALDI, because if you watch my other videos, you know I shop at ALDI. And then at the end here, we have Da Bomb. You do not want to eat this. Just as last time, I have my handy dandy rice cakes over here. You know, rice cakes are basically just puffed rice. They don't taste like much at all, so it won't taint the experience of the sauce. So without further ado, let's get into it. Sauce number 1. Actually, this is TRUFF's hotter sauce, so let's start with the lighter TRUFF sauce and work our way up to the hotter one. Made with the finest red chili peppers and infused with Italian black truffle oil. I am excited about this. Thank you, Amanda. This has a deep, like, olive oil scent. It's almost like a marinara sauce. Like, I want to put this on some meatballs. And we're just gonna go really ham on these sauces today. All right, I'll do a taste test and then I'll get into 3 questions. I want to put that on pasta and just, surprisingly sweet. They are not taking it easy on that agave nectar. Question number 1. What's your top fitness/nutrition books? I have to say my number 1 go-to book for anybody getting into fitness/nutrition, just trying to get their health in check, would have to be Bigger, Leaner, Stronger by Mike Matthews. It's just a great starter. It has all the information you need, all backed by science. A hell of a book for anybody just getting started. But aside from that, if you were to read another book, I would highly recommend The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, because the information in Bigger, Leaner, Stronger is not worth too much if you don't have control over yourself in the present moment. And taking that principle with you into the information with Bigger, Leaner, Stronger will pretty much set you on track to achieve almost anything if you can put what they're teaching into practice, which is the hard part. That's why you need both books. When are you writing a book? Probably going to be a really long time before I write a book. I feel like I do not yet possess that kind of knowledge. I stick to the more dingy forms of entertainment like YouTube videos and Instagram. So I would love to make a book someday, but I know I'm not there yet. Favorite movie? Oh man, my favorite movie changes like every week. This week, because it's the holidays, I watched Miracle on 34th Street for the first time. And I'm talking about the classic from 1947 with Natalie Wood. It was phenomenal. So this week, that's my favorite movie. All right, let's hit up this next sauce. Made with the finest red chili peppers and infused with Italian white truffle oil. Just opening this bottle is exciting. It feels so legit. Tasty, tasty. Now, I don't think you can fit any more sauce on a rice cake, so I'm hoping it's not too hot, but I don't think it is. Oh my god. This is like the fine dining of hot sauce. But I don't even know if I'd call it a hot sauce. I'd call it like a spicy sauce. Heat is not the main ingredient in this show. There's a lot of other things going on. Noticing all these different essences. That is something. Pretty sweet, but that sweetness is agave as well, which is a pretty complex sweetness, so whew. A lot going on there. All right, what's your number one takeaway from this challenge? I guess the number one takeaway is that when you do something every day and make it the priority of that day, you get really good at pattern recognition, getting into habits and routines. And I talk so much about habits and routines that I sound like a broken record by now, but every time I've done a 30-day challenge, including this one, I've fallen into this repetitive loop. When you're in it, it becomes this strange routine that almost becomes hard to get out of. Although I am kind of looking forward to getting out of this one, because it's been a lot. Most challenging thing about making a video every day. Great segue. The time management has been insane, but turning my brain off and stopping the thoughts about making videos has probably been the hardest part. This has been extra challenging because it has been the holidays, and I just got engaged last month, so I've been trying to be really present with my family, with my fiance, with everybody. Every time someone hits me with a question, I think, ooh, I should make a video about this, and every time I hit the bed to go to sleep at night, I just keep thinking about these video ideas. Unlike any other challenge I've done yet, this one just, I feel like I can't get out of it. But it's a good thing too, because I'm in it, because I'm so inspired to share this information. I just don't know when it stops. But it is gonna stop today, so hey. Is consistency in what you do above quality, or is it just the best way to achieve quality? Quantity versus quality. That's a very good debate, and I think it depends on what you're doing, first of all. I mean, there are YouTubers out there that make one video a month, but it is so top tier quality that that's all they need to do, and that's the expectation that they set for themselves. And there are other YouTubers that make a video every day that's not very polished, and that's kind of what I've been doing this month. But it's all about kind of setting that expectation, seeing who out there in the audience wants that expectation, and then meeting that expectation. But if you're not talking about content creation and you're talking more about fitness, I'd say with fitness it is going to be pretty boring. Like, you don't need these epic, high quality, max calorie burning, insane optimal workouts. If you can do the same boring workout every day forever, you're going to get great results. It's just going to be boring. And that's the thing about fitness, is that the truth will make you yawn. It's a lot of the same basic movements in the same basic ways done over and over and over again. There's that old parable about that guy that there's a boulder blocking his path, and he just chips away at it every day with this tiny little hammer. And then eventually, after 1,000 years, the rock just splits in half. You have to keep going even when it seems like you're not making progress. You just got to keep chipping away, and then someday the boulder's going to break, and you're going to be on this whole other side of the path. So, is that an answer? Next sauce, TRUFF hotter sauce. I am excited about this one. Made with the finest red chili peppers and infused with black winter truffle. This has that orange tint that always kind of makes me nervous. I think it's that habanero color. I'm getting way too excited about hot sauce right now. Wow, that might be a new staple. I'll tell you what, the TRUFF hotter sauce is actually quite hot. It's like this one, but with an exclamation point and a little more of that fruity flavor. But it's also got a serious kick of heat. Like, I want to let that heat kick in and answer some questions. Let's do it. Recommendations on low impact indoor exercises. I mean, if you're going for cardio, you could just get like an elliptical or a bike or a stair climber. Probably not a treadmill, that's a little higher impact. You could also get a rowing machine. Just anything that doesn't involve banging your joints to get that cardio in. But if you want to do some strength training, if you want to do some resistance training, it's pretty simple to find low impact exercises. I mean, the lowest impact would be isometric exercises, you know, like planks and like hollow body holds, and just things where you're not moving at all, you're just holding a position for an extended period of time. You can look online for at-home isometric exercises. But on top of that, you can take any other exercise and just reduce the impact of it. If you're doing push-ups, just take them slow and methodically. And if you want to add some equipment to this routine, go ahead and get yourself some resistance bands. I mean, you can do bicep curls, tricep extensions, lat pull downs. You can do a ton of different things with resistance bands that are all very, very low impact. And even if any of these low impact movements become too much, just slow it down, focus on your form, and anytime you're making impact with anything, try to keep it silent. That's the cue. Silent impact. How can I stay flexible and mobile while working a desk job? So outside of your desk job, you probably want to get some mobility routines going on. So my two favorite mobility routines for people with desk jobs are the 90-90 stretch, which I have a video on, and a shoulder mobility routine that I already have a video on that uses a mobility stick. So I would check out those two routines. That sauce is catching up to me. I would check out those two routines and do them maybe before and after your complete day at work. Maybe even a time in the middle, because having having that break in the middle of the day would be great as well. But on top of that, the worst thing about desk jobs is that we are sitting in the same position for a prolonged period of time, and our body just adapts to that position. We get this forward shoulder, we get this forward head, our hip flexors become really tight because we're just here all day and we're sitting on our gluteus maximus and medius, and our glutes become really underactive. Throughout the day, you want to get out of this position as much as you can. The biggest hack I've had for that is to get a standing desk. So every 45 minutes I stand or sit, and also incorporating a stability ball into the mix to engage your core. So instead of sitting on a chair all day, swap it out for a stability ball, and then you'll be forced to get a little better posture and core engagement. Don't stand for too long, don't sit for too long, don't sit on the stability ball for too long. Mix it up throughout the day, and on top of that, do your mobility routines, and bonus points if you can go for a daily walk. Could you give me an idea for an effective at-home workout routine with completely no equipment? If you want some inspiration for an at-home workout, I actually do have a ton of at-home exercises on my website at chasebarron.com/home exercise. And I have these exercises categorized into different body parts. So what I would do is just pick one exercise for each body part and go through them all in a row and do some sort of circuit routine where you do like 5 different types of exercise, and then you repeat it, and just repeat this routine as many times as you can in like a 45-minute window. Or you can just go onto YouTube and find any of a million different at-home exercise programs. There's a lot of people doing things out there. The important thing is that over time you track your progress and make sure that whatever routine you do, you are slowly improving over time. All right, next sauce. Let's get into this Heatonist pack. This first one is the Atlanta, Georgia Peach. Your purchase directly supports the nonprofits and community gardens who grow peppers for this hot sauce. This supports community farmers. I like it. Using some apple cider vinegar, jalapeno peppers, Thai chili peppers, peaches, onions, sugar, salt. Sounds delicious. Sounds nutritious. Sounds like another sweet sauce. Very strong jalapeno smell. And I love when the sauce just has a big open top there, because like, who's taking their time with these hot sauces? Ooh. That's got a surprising little bit of heat to it. Citrusy vibe. How did you learn to build a workout plan? Luckily, I've been in and out of gyms with a lot of great mentors for my entire life. I mean, starting with my dad and my uncles, as well as my brother, and then a bunch of other random people that we ran into at the YMCA when we were just kind of finding our way around the gym. I've always had great mentors giving me different ideas and different training techniques, but it all kind of revolved around a lot of the same basic principles. It seems like at the end of the day, there's a lot of different ways to cover up the bare bones fundamentals that are all pretty boring, that just boil down to make progress over time and emphasize the key lifts, compound foundational movements. It's a lot more simple than you might think. This year I went through a certification course. I am a National Academy of Sports Medicine certified personal trainer, and I did learn a lot about exercise programming, and like everything that we learned is not that much different from everything that was written in that book I referenced earlier called Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. And I'm sure there are a ton of other books out there like Starting Strength that you could read as well, but just learn from the experts and you'll be well on your way to fantastic programming. Thoughts on kettlebell only training? So I do believe that resistance training is the best form of exercise that anybody can do. It's the best investment of time you can make to improve your body, because resistance training just fundamentally means training your body against imposed resistance. It means that your body is always adapting to imposed demands, and this could mean anything. For somebody that's elderly and can't get up off of a toilet, it could mean just working on bodyweight squats up and down off a chair. Or if you're more advanced, it could mean squatting with 400 pounds on your back so that you can increase your max power because you're a 28-year-old insane strongman. Resistance training can mean so many different things for so many different people, but no matter what, if you only focus on one modality of training, you are going to fall short in other areas. I think kettlebells are one of the best modalities of training that you can get into for all-around performance, but I think if you just stick to them and never do anything else, you're going to run into deficiencies along the way. There is no single modality that's going to give you everything. Enjoy your kettlebells, make them as versatile as you can, but try to throw some other things in the mix. How do you get back to exercise after being ill for ages? Maybe start with exercise that you really enjoy. Like start with the stuff that might not be the most optimal exercise, but just gets you into that routine. Maybe you're setting aside 30 minutes every day to just do some dancing, or like go on a walk, or play tennis, or like whatever that thing is that you enjoy. That's what you should start with, just so that you can build that habit. And then slowly over time, start replacing that really enjoyable stuff with something that's a little more optimal for you. But even when you start getting into that exercise, into that resistance resistance training, make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard. I mean, treat yourself like a total beginner. Go for like a third of your max effort. Just keep it calm, keep form in mind, just work on getting your technique back up to speed before you really start bringing it and trying to crush yourself in these workouts. This stuff takes time. This whole fitness journey is forever, and there's no rush to get into it. All right, next sauce, Louisiana style hot sauce. I'm just gonna go ahead and take off this nozzle because we're not playing around. I don't know what that Louisiana smell is. Maybe it's the smell of jazz music and drunk people far off in the background, but it smells great, super welcoming. It smells like a good time. I really wish I had shrimp right now and not rice cakes. Ooh, that's a nice, I was not expecting that to be so runny. There are actual chunks of chilies in this. Chili flakes. This is a saucy but chunky one. This is like some jambalaya. I'm sticking with my first instinct. That belongs on some seafood. We're in a good level. We're in a very comfortable level of heat there. How do you keep track of your goals? Just getting the goals written down is like the important thing. And for me, that happens in two places now. It used to be just the bullet journal, but in the past year, I've read a book called Getting Things Done. The Getting Things Done method takes your entire life and breaks it down into projects. So everything you have is just a project with a bunch of different tasks associated with that project. The goal of the Getting Things Done method is to get the projects out of your head into the system and into a task list so that you can just look at the project and then break it down from this big thing into tinier tasks. And no matter what platform you're using, if it's the bullet journal, if it's getting things done, if it's a pen and paper, and if it's a typewriter or etching it on a stone, however you're writing down and tracking your goals, you just gotta break it up into smaller tasks and achieve them one little step at a time. One step at a time. What's one thing you always procrastinate on? Honestly, believe it or not, the one thing that I'm always coming close to deadlines on is these YouTube videos. Because as with any piece of art, it's hard to call it done. With every single video I ever make, it gets uploaded when I feel like it's only 80% there because I've set this deadline in my head. So it's come down to the point where I just want to get the best video possible by the time I need to hit publish. And I know that the video doesn't need to be 100% perfect because I don't know if it ever will be. In this strange way, I'm just like never on time with these YouTube videos, but they keep coming out. So that's that. I feel like I have lost focus from everything I do. I totally feel you. I feel like that a lot, getting lost. The word that I tend to use is scattered, and don't think that you're alone in feeling scattered. I feel like that more often than you might understand, and I notice that I get like this when I'm obsessively consuming content. There comes a time when too much input is just dangerous because, you know, we're either outputting stuff or we're inputting stuff, but we're not just remaining on idle, just being in the present moment. And I would say a big thing that you could do to build that awareness of the present moment is to get into some form of spirituality, perhaps spirituality without religion. Might I recommend books like Waking Up, books like The Power of Now, maybe even a book called Yourself, you know, look into that. All of these books and ideas that help you bring yourself into the present moment and understand the value of it. You know, you could hear a million times, hey, it's important to be in the present moment, man. Be here now. Another good book, Be Here Now. Check that one out. So if there's anything that's going to help you focus, it's going to be removing the past, removing the future, and focusing on the step that you're taking right now, because that is the only step that is truly real. Past only exists in your mind. The future only exists in your mind. You just got to focus on what's happening and ultimately surrender to it and be okay with it. Don't be focused on what else you could be doing at this moment. Just be here now. All right, next sauce, we're getting hot. This is the classic hot sauce from Hot Ones, but it is the Pepper X edition. They've infused them into this classic hot sauce. Just super tasty, but not very hot. So when I heard that they were infusing it with the Pepper X, I was super hyped because this thing is going to pack a heat punch. Let's do it. Ooh, I'm dripping. She's drippy. This is a very liquidy sauce. I have a feeling this is gonna be hot. Wow. Hot, very hot. I used way too much of that. Wow. Very good. My tongue is on fire. It's getting hard to talk. My mouth is full of saliva. Whew, that is hot. I'll tell you what, that is tastier than their hottest hot sauce, but it is very close to the hottest hot sauce in heat. I'm blown away. Oh, baby. All right, let's try to read a question. Damn, what's your favorite moment from 2020? when I got certified as a personal trainer, because I knew at that moment that my career was going to take a very different path and I was going to be helping people in a totally different way. That's the best professional moment. But I want to keep that separate from the personal stuff, because I also proposed to my girlfriend, and now I have a fiance, and now I'm an engaged man. I'm going to be moving on with my life, and I have a lot of things to look forward to with a wonderful partner in crime as we move forward into this life, and she trusts me doing whatever the hell I'm doing here. Oh! Surprisingly hot. But a close second on the personal moments that I gotta mention is last week we saved Christmas. It was a COVID Christmas and nobody was gonna see each other, but me and a couple cousins and my fiance actually gathered around and learned some Christmas carols and played through a PA system inside of my camp with the speakers outside of my camp. And we pretty much did a drive-through Christmas celebration. And the warm, cozy feeling that that cabin provided while people were outside in their cars having some food and drinks and just enjoying some Christmas music and seeing each other through these windows in some crazy way. You know, you got to do what you got to do to keep the traditions alive, and that was amazing. That was just an act of resilience on the entire part of my family, and I know that just meant a lot to me. So what are your goals for 2021? A couple major goals right now, but a few of them are to turn this business into more of a real business. I want to be a business owner. I want to own a fitness business and work with clients in a very professional way. Also, as far as fitness is concerned, I gotta work on my sleep. I want to become a better sleeper. Sleep is the worst part of my fitness, so I want to work on that. And then I also want to keep working towards improving how much power I can push on those big foundational compound lifts. I just want to be as strong as I possibly can in comparison to my body weight, so I have some different goals for each lift that I'm working on. And then for my personal life this year, I want to focus on organizing some sort of wedding with my fiance, figuring out how we're going to get married, what we're going to do, and just making it a wonderful day for her and me. And Mabel. I'm keeping my first bullet journal in 2021. Tips. Big tip for getting into bullet journals is to not overthink it and just go with it. You're gonna make mistakes, just understand that. As with anything in life, you're gonna be building the ship while you're flying it. Nothing's gonna be in perfect order, and that's anytime you build any system, whether it's like an Excel spreadsheet or a document or just a business operating plan, you try to get everything concrete when you're just getting started, and that's just not how it works. You kind of need to go through processes in order to have processes. You're not gonna nail it the first time. That's why you need to just accept the fact that the first couple things you try might not work. You are going to fail. So just roll into it with low expectations and just improve and improve and improve over time. You know, you can run today because you learned to crawl when you were a baby, so just crawl. Just crawl with it. Crawl all over that bullet journal, and someday it'll be beautiful. All right, next sauce, the classic hot sauce from Aldi, Berman's. This one's just a classic hot sauce, the basic of the basic. But it's from Aldi, and they sell the basic stuff. They sell the good old basics. Do you guys shop at Aldi? Let me know in the comments if you shop at Aldi and what some of your favorite obscure Aldi items are, because I have been loving their low-calorie ice creams that they've just been coming out with, but I also love like their breads, their wraps, their sauces. They got a ton of good stuff at Aldi. And if they don't have Aldi's where you live, I am sorry. And as usual, we twist off the entire cap. Oh yeah. And yeah, this has that classic buffalo sauce smell. It smells like it belongs on a big batch of hot wings. I should have hot wings, not rice cakes. What the hell am I doing? Alright. Ever gotten any smack from your family, friends, colleagues for following a fitness-based lifestyle? Definitely. I mean, you do get a little bit of smack, I suppose, when you're into things that other people aren't. And I guess this was more so in the early days when some of the things that you're doing might not be totally congruent with the idea that other people have about who you are. But I understand that it's up to me to make the least of that flack as possible and just to diffuse situations whenever they occur. Don't get defensive. Don't try to prove people wrong. Just kind of live my life. You're never going to encourage anybody to live their best life by starting an argument with them. So it's all just kind of been lead by example, because the very people that maybe made fun of me when I started this stuff are the same people that are asking me for advice today. As we get older, people's priorities change, and a lot of people become more interested in health and fitness, and doing you and being authentic is the key to navigating this scenario. What's the longest workout Mabel has ever done? Dude, Mabel works out way harder than me. I'm just eating more hot sauce, yes, because this one is cooling me down. But the longest workouts for Mabel are probably the holidays. I think Mabel just got through what is considered hell week in football. You know, where you have like 3 practices a day and you're just constantly working out and just sleeping when you can and getting up and going hard. And even though this holiday season was a little different, we were still on the move, staying with my folks for a while, staying with Liv's folks for a while. There's a lot of other animals in the mix then, and she just doesn't stop. And it takes them a while to recover. So yeah, holidays, Mabel's hardest workouts. But she also did run the Pittsburgh half marathon last year. You know, she's pretty fit. What can you do to prioritize sleep? This is a good one because I already mentioned that sleep is probably the worst part of my health. And you can go online and find a bunch of different science-proven ways to improve the quality of your sleep or improve the chances that you go to sleep. But some of my favorites include blue light blocking glasses and just limiting screen time before bed, because the artificial lighting around you plays a huge factor in your circadian rhythm. So trying to turn down those lights in the evenings is super important. Trying to de-stress your mind in the evening, allowing for a little bit of downtime before bed, not working too close to bedtime, not eating spicy food too close to bedtime, trying to make sure that your mind and your digestive system and your body are ready for sleep. And even to add on to that, making sure you get some exercise in throughout the day. If you spent the whole day traveling in the car, sometimes you lay down at night and you can't go to bed because you've got pent up energy. And never hit the pillow angry. Hitting the bed with a mind full of trouble is never a recipe for a good night's sleep, and never a recipe for a good life's relationship. So sort things out before you go to bed. Here we go. Last one. I believe this to be one of the worst food items that you are allowed to sell on planet Earth. Warning, this sauce is extremely hot. Keep out of reach of children. Consume 1 drop at a time with extreme caution. I've eaten a lot of hot things in my life. This is on a whole different level, and I don't even know if it's the heat or the fact that it tastes like you are licking the ash from the bottom of a fire. This is very, very vile stuff. This is like what the Grinch eats on his chips of glass. I don't understand how this company still sells bottles of Da Bomb, because once you buy one, you never finish it. Anywho, that being said, I'm only going to answer one question for this hot sauce because I don't know how many words I'm going to be able to get out of my mouth after ingesting it. Every time I ingest this, it feels like I am getting repeatedly punched in the stomach. Just from smelling this, just from looking at it, it's kind of like my body remembers this. It's like having some sort of defense mechanism against it. It's like, hey man, don't eat that. Oh. Tell you what, I did a good job at avoiding my tongue. Why is that a thing? And you know that I saved the right question for this one. Would you rather eat Da Bomb every day for 30 days or stop eating protein for 30 days? Oh my God. Whoever wrote this question knows me very well, because you know, if there's anything I love in this world, it's protein. And if there's anything I hate, it's Da Bomb. Oh. You know what, I don't think I would give up protein. I would probably not give up protein. I would go through this every day because that's how important I think it is to get your protein in, man. If I'm doing this and hitting my daily protein target of 1 gram per pound of lean body mass per day, then you should be able to do it without doing this, you know? That's the example I want to set for people. Oh, sometimes enduring the pain is worth it. Sometimes enduring the suck is worth it. And when it comes down to just 30 days, you can do almost anything for 30 days. I've done a ton of different 30-day challenges this year. Each one has taught me something different, but 30 days is just, oh my God, I'm dying. But just long enough to prove to yourself that you can do something different and you are allowed to change. Like, you can do something for a 30-day period that is not the smartest investment of your time, but you know it's just going to be 30 days. And even if you're halfway done, even if it's day 15 and you're like, this freaking sucks, at least in your head you can be like, well, I'm at least going to do it for 15 more days, see if anything happens, because hey, it's just 30 days. It doesn't matter if this is going to be optimal. It doesn't matter what the results are. What really matters is that I proved to myself that I can keep promises to myself. Can you keep a promise to yourself to do something for 30 days when you say that you're gonna do something for 30 days? That is important, because if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? You are the #1 person in this world that you should have a trusting relationship with. If you can trust yourself, you can do almost anything. Do what you tell yourself to do. Do it for just 30 days and then work on that and then do it forever. And just to get super meta and self-aware, this 30-day challenge, this one that you're watching right now where I'm making a video every day for 30 days and it's officially done. When I publish this video, I'm done with that challenge and I'm excited to be done with it because it is not an optimal use of my time. I've been pretty damn stressed about these videos. They've been the focus of my life, and although it's been super inspiring, super motivating to make them and to talk to you guys, one video a day every day is entirely unsustainable. Putting this much of an emphasis on these YouTube videos is cutting away at my personal life, at my professional life, even in my fitness business that I'm starting. It's just been nagging away at a lot of different things, and I know that I can't do this forever. But hey, I can do it for 30 days. And there were a million reasons to stop along the way. The holidays happened and I had to bulk make a ton of videos. The end of the year was happening at my day job and I had a lot of extra work to do. And to add insult to injury, this has been a low month of YouTube views. I get onto YouTube and they send me these constant reminders that your views are down. I've been making one video a day every day for 30 days and my views are actually down compared to a typical month. So there are so many reasons to stop. It's like it's not even working, but I'm still doing it because I made the promise to myself. And at the end of the day, that is the most important thing about 30-day challenges. You gotta keep that promise to yourself that you make to yourself. It doesn't matter if the challenge is optimal. It doesn't matter if the results are optimal. What matters is your relationship with you. And I don't know how I just got there from that question, but I think something about ingesting really spicy foods sends you on some sort of crazy mind trip around the multiverse and back. So this has been a video. This has been a 30-day challenge and I am dying. I don't understand how this is still a hot sauce on the market. Thank you guys so much for indulging me in this video. If you've made it through every single one, I appreciate the hell out of you. Please, 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 please leave a comment below and let me know that you made it through all of the videos because I would love to start a conversation with you. By now, we know each other pretty damn well. I'm being serious. I'm not talking to you like some YouTuber telling you to comment down below. I'm saying, hey, if you made it through all the videos, if you're here watching this now, please comment down below and let me know and let's chat about anything you're interested in because I have a whole nother year of videos to address. I won't be making one video a day every day for this entire year, but we still have a lot of topics to cover. If you want more in-depth help to really get down to achieving your goals and making the best plan for you, head over to my website and use the contact form and get in touch with me because yes, I'm trying to become a professional in the fitness space and I think maybe I can help you take your health and fitness to the next level. And if I can't, I'll let you know. Just reach out. Anywho, this has been going on all too long because you've already watched 29 other videos, so I'm gonna wrap this up the only way I know how, with some protein. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.